ladies and gentlemen, not only do we not get FBH or GG Amo, but we get possibly like the worst closing game. Oh my god. It's going to be a TBT between two mediocre TBTers at best. It's going to be Mind versus Canata. Why is... This is like perfect for Firebat Hero. FBH could absolutely destroy Mind in TVT. Why? Why are we watching Canata? Oh! For the love of God, man. Ace Coach, dude. Firebat Hero, please, just please come. Oh my God, I'm like about to cry right now. I'm just gonna cry. So Mind is not good at TVT. Canata, as you can see, is not very good at TVT. Why is Firebat Hero not playing? I'm like trying to wrap my head around this. This is like as hard to understand as like Tyson's game was. It's like, why? Why? Please show me the dancing queen. Oh well. Enough of the QQ. Let us go on to game number 5. Oh, I didn't even change the overlay yet. Man. You see, man, all those Zerg whiners are rubbing off on me, man. I'm hanging out with Harem too much. I'm starting to QQ a little bit too much here. I gotta man up. I'm Protoss after all. Alright, so Mind versus Canata. I think best case situation right now is they both BBS at the same time, and then we can see a lolzy game. It's like best situation. Anyway, oh, let me actually put class positions in my own overlay. Canata, of course, is the blue Terran here at the bottom right. Mind is the white Terran at the bottom left. T7 and T5. Excuse me. Okay, so, you know, I'm at least glad that we got to see a pretty nice long series here. Not the highest quality games, but a nice 5-game series with Flash losing. It's always lolzy. And it looks like no cheese from either player, unfortunately. I didn't pay attention to their head-to-head score just now. Canata, I think, was 1-0 against Mind, is that right? Looks like we're seeing the old man again. And that old lady hiding her face. Maybe it's impolite to call them old. It was like the PC way of saying old. Elderly? Is that PC? How do you respectfully call someone old? You know, it's like if somebody's fat, you can say, like they're big boned or something, or wait, what's the PC way of saying fat? God, I can't remember anymore. Whatever. So, Mind just starting his barracks now. Canata already got his gas. So I'm getting lots of suggestions in the chat. Looks like elderly is correct. Okay. So that's good. Don't want to insult my elders. And looks like it's going to be a 1-Rax expand from Mind against the more standard play from Canata. Although I guess maybe 1-Rax expanding is so common nowadays that you can't really say that going gas first is more standard. And there is the factory. So he's pulled 2 guys off gas. So it looks like it's going to be 1 factory and then expand for Canata. So I feel like that gives Mind a slight edge. I don't really think Canata's going to be able to do too much with his faster factory. Although I eagerly await him proving me wrong. Looks like he has scouted counterclockwise with his SCV while using his barracks to go scout towards Mind space. I think that is actually the ideal situation for him. Even though his SCV scouts last, his barracks is going to get there pretty quickly. Well, maybe that's not ideal, but because that means he's going to see this one ranks expand very, very late. But anyway, factory finished now, and presumably, yes, he has built an expansion. He's putting guys back on gas just now. So, 2 Marines at the front. Is the SCV going to just go for it? No, he's not. He's probably got like 1 shot left on him, though. Lucky that he got away. There's the factory for mine. And see, guys, I did call this. Like, after the first 2 games, I was like, KT could totally reverse 3-2. And even though it's not happened yet, I mean, we're in game 5 with Mind having a slight build order advantage, so that would be quite sad for Air Force Ace fans everywhere. There's the first Vulture, not going to do anything against that bunker. I'm just going to make sure there's no silly run by or anything. I don't think that would work. I'm just going to poke this barracks a little bit, but obviously Vultures, due to damage types, not going to do so much damage to a building. And oh, look at this! Look at that! Very cute move. If you don't know what just happened there, basically, Canata landed his barracks next to Mine's factory, so he couldn't build a machine shop. So he had to lift his factory and reposition it in order to make a machine shop. That is super cute. I mean, that just delays Mine by like 5 seconds, but that is really cute. I don't think I've ever seen that before. That is quite cool. Wow. Meanwhile, it is going to be a 1-port cloaked wraith here from Canata. Man, that was really cool. That's like when we saw actually no, we saw Baby do that, I think, on Sniper Ridge in a TVT, where he landed the barracks to block a comsat while going 2-port cloak wraith, which was actually even more awesome because that had a significant effect on the game. But yeah, pretty nice move. Anyway, looks like SEV of Mind gonna see Canata's expansion there and get taken out. And nothing exciting just yet. Gonna have to wait and see if the Wraiths can do any damage. 1-port Wraith shouldn't be too scary. Looks like the Wraith coming in here now, and oh, actually it's gonna be Wraith on Wraith action here. Cloak not finished for either Wraith, but oh wait, no, Cloak has finished, never mind, for Canata's Wraith, so he's actually gonna snipe Mine's first Wraith here, and might even be able to kill this SCV building a second factory, so this has actually been quite nice already for Canata. Get that SCV, might get a second one. No, looks like another SCV can come off here and repair it. And he's gonna get it. So it looks like actually the starport is not blinking. That means that Mind has actually decided to stop making wraiths here upon seeing the cloaked wraiths of Canata. Just gonna make Goliaths instead, probably getting Goliath range in that machine shop, but taking some serious damage here, more damage than I thought he would. And actually no, now he starts making it again. I think maybe he just didn't want the next wraith to get ambushed by these cloaked wraiths of Canata. But wow. Decent amount of damage. Canata actually has a significant supply lead right now. 55 supply against the 41 of Mind. And you know, even though, I mean, I was being kind of mean to Canata earlier. Oh, it's actually a Valkyrie. That's actually quite smart. Okay, that actually makes a lot more sense. Yeah. Good. Alright, excellent. But yeah, Canata, guys, remember, on this map, Canata beat Jaedong in a long game with +3 Valkyries. So, you know, even if his record isn't that great, killed Jaedong, man. He killed Jaedong! +3 Valks! It's crazy. Oh shit, I just remembered. I was supposed to do something this morning, I forgot. Whoops, it's actually quite important too. Uh-oh. Panic mode, Sayle. That's alright. Deal with that later. So, Mind is moving out now with 2 Valkyries, 2 Goliaths, and we're gonna pass each other in the middle of the map! Canata sieges 1 tank, and looks like Valkyrie's getting a few free shots off on the Wraiths. Wait, are those... Well, I got confused there by the colors. Okay, no, those are Mind's Valkyries hovering over Canata's tanks. It's kind of funny. Anyway. And a couple more factories going up from Mind. The 4 factories already up for Canata, although it looks like he's going to lose a few siege tanks here in the middle. He's trying to lay some mines around the tanks of... Wait a minute, what? I thought Mind had that, but actually it's a fairly even trade here. No more siege tanks coming in for Canata here. Canata actually takes out Mind's entire tank force. Mind has only 1 Wraith left pew-pewing these siege tanks, but Canata doing a great job, although for whatever reason he just no anti-air. Like, did he just stop making Wraiths? Did he actually just make 2 Wraiths and stop making them anymore? Oh wait, no, now he's got some. Wait, what's going on? Wait, what? Either way, he's moving in here. I don't think that's a good idea. That seems very dangerous, although maybe it's gonna work. Uh-oh, it's gonna work, maybe. Shoot the last siege tank. Valkyries are completely useless. And he's actually gonna get the last tank. Canata, if he pushes over like a few more hexes, he can actually just contain Mind into his natural, which would be amazing. Actually, I think he already is kind of containing him. If he just holds his position, he'll be fine. This Wraith, though, is doing a stupid amount of damage, and he's got 3 SCVs off the line to repair this. Mind looks like he's going to try and shuffle forward here. Of course, he does have the vision advantage, and by that I mean, with these Valkyries spotting for him, he can actually like inch the tanks forward and abuse the you know, the spotting advantage that he has, because of course siege tanks can shoot farther than they can see. So if you don't have something spotting for your own tanks, the other player can actually like unsiege, move into range of your siege tanks, and then siege up again. But obviously he can see you and you can't see him, so he gets the first shot off. It's very, very nice. So it's a pretty tricky tactic. Like, you have to know tank ranges exactly in order for it to work. But I mean, good Terrans always try to abuse this if they can. That's why it's very important. Like, you always see floating barracks or engineering bays and whatnot to spot for siege tanks. Anyway, so Kanata's gonna get like a semi-contain off. Mind can still kind of sneak out the south side here, and whoa, hello Wraiths. Okay, that wasn't ideal. I think it's gonna die. Oh, he saves it. The Wraith can finish it off though. He might lose a Wraith. No, no. Nice little snipe there. And uh-oh, dropship moving into the main base. The Valkyrie pops out. But it doesn't even matter. And what is it going to be, Vultures? Yes, indeed. A 4 Vulture drop here into the main base of Canata. Kanata's reaction time not perfect. 2 Valkyries coming back. Valkyries not particularly good against Vultures, unfortunately. There is no ground attack on those babies. But looks like a couple of siege tanks can come back and clear it up. Although I still think that was quite effective. I mean, Vultures are pretty cheap and expendable, especially in TVT, where your mineral count is not exactly what you're worried about here. Both players... actually, Canata is floating more minerals. Mine is actually floating more gas. And whoa! Hello, spider mines! Look, by the way, that Vulture just now manually targeted those mines. If you saw that, if he had just aim-moved that Vulture, it would have auto-targeted Mine's Vulture, but he knew that those mines were a bigger threat. He didn't want the mines blowing up his tanks, so he actually right-clicked those, or manually targeted those spider mines with that Vulture, which was quite a cool move there. Vulture does one-shot spider mines. So, anyway, still 4 factories for both players, I think, but Canata is now taking his 3rd base at the 3 o'clock, although it looks like that is going to get denied here. There's 2 SCVs there, but that's not going to work. Now, the question is, can he save it before he's forced to cancel? Okay, no, it looks like the Vulture's actually just going to run out here. Obviously, Vultures don't do much against buildings, so I guess Mind just decided not to commit there, but oh, nice interception. Fantastic anticipation there by Canata, instantly shutting down that drop. Very, very nice. I gotta say, Canata showing us some decent moves here. And, you know, once his 3rd base gets up, he's going to be in a really nice position. There is some random player's mother praying. Who? Can somebody actually tell me whose parents those are? Like, who is she praying for? I guess it must be Mind or Kanata's mom? Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, I believe there is a command center actually floating out to the 9 o'clock now for Mind. So actually, if that is command center, that means his third base might actually get up and running before Canata's does. I didn't realize he was building a command center somewhere else and just going to float it out there. It looks like he's actually massing Valkyries there. Is that what I just saw? Is he massing Valkyries? Are both players actually massing Valkyries? Is this actually going to be Valkyrie Siege Tank? I mean, Wraith Siege Tank is a pretty common strategy. At least nowadays, but Valkyrie tank seems a bit funny here. Although, here we go! Canata going for the attack here! Is that really the best idea? I'm not sure. He does have a lot of siege tanks. I don't know if it's enough. He has focused his efforts at this portion of the map. Mine's units are a lot more spread out, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. A huge air battle going on here, and I mean, it doesn't look like Canata's really going to make much headway. This air battle, though, might be a lot more crucial. It looks like it's gonna be Canata who takes it with 1 Valkyrie and 2 Wraiths remaining, and these Wraiths are gonna be able to start picking off these siege tanks as well. You know, Wraiths only do 8 damage per shot, but still, you know, they will slowly whittle down these tanks. Looks like a scan going off. He's gonna try and take down the Wraiths. Does get one of them. And okay, looks like we have confirmation that those are in fact Kanata's parents in the crowd. So it looks like Canata beasting it up to make his parents proud. Go Canata. That must be so awkward if you're the other player. And like if you're playing somebody and you know like his parents are watching, like I would feel really weird. You know, I mean, obviously you want to win your game, but it's like, oh, you don't want to embarrass the guy in front of his parents. That'd be sad. Anyway, Canata sending up a couple of vultures here to the top left. Just gonna lay some mines, pick off that SCV, doing a good job here, denying an expansion. Meanwhile, sending 2 SCVs of his own to the top right. It's very interesting. Both players sent 2 SCVs. Or, well, no, I guess mine didn't. But sending those 2 SCVs, I mean, just preventing them from getting picked off by a stray vulture. But he didn't send any vultures to support it either. So there were, I think, mine actually has 3 vultures up there. So those 2 SCVs both got picked off. Meanwhile, mine's making some headway here on the north side. Supply's almost dead even. Well, no, it looks like mine pulling a little bit ahead. 119 against 116 now. And Mind pushing along the north side. The barracks does see what's going on though, so Canata should be able to react. What is he actually going to do here? Don't really know. He's adding on more factories. I don't understand. Where's Kanata's army right now? Because the supplies are even, but we keep seeing Mind's army, and I don't see any units anywhere for Canata. Like if you look at the minimap, I don't see anything. Okay, looks like he's got a few siege tanks here in the middle, but I don't know what all the supply is used up in. Like, does he just have 100 SCVs or something? Like, where's all his stuff? This is baffling. It's mysterious. Anyway, it looks like Kakaru gonna scout out that dropship, like only a Kakaru can. And where is Kanata's army? Can anybody see an army? Like, there's a mysterious Terran army on the map. Like, does it just vanish into the Bermuda Triangle or something? What's going on here? Where are the units? Where is all the supply? Okay, looks like he's got a few units moving along the south side. It's still not that many. He's gonna scan so he can see any siege tanks there and kill some spider mines as well. But I'm like really confused. I don't understand. Am I just like, am I just confused? Am I seeing things? Is this like imaginary supply? It's not actually real? Okay, he's making some headway along the south side. I don't really understand though, like, he's not actually going to be able to push all the way to Mine's natural. So I think Mine's decision to kind of sweep around the north side, if you've actually looked at the minimap, like, Mine has a really nice tank line covering the north, so he's dividing the map favorably for himself, whereas Kanata's just screwing around on the south, which is not doing anything. He went for a drop there, didn't accomplish anything, like... Strategically speaking, like in terms of thinking ahead to the long game, Mind is definitely doing a better job than Canata. Looks like the dropship actually goes back here and drop 3 vultures. Might be able to slow down the command center that I think is building there. Yep, gonna pick off the SCV. They'll get cleaned up here by these vultures of Mind. Not doing a bit of focus firing here, gonna get a couple of vultures, but you see this tank line is established. This is not a favorable tank line. This half of the map is supposed to belong to Canata in a split map situation. But Mine is just getting this sick position up. I mean, Kanata's... I hope he's like massing dropships or something. Like, he's gonna have to go for a big bust here. And it's going to be difficult if he doesn't have dropships. I don't think this inching forward with siege tank shenanigans is really going to cut it. Like, he has to actually commit to a big bust. Dude, Canata, what is he thinking right now? He's got to do something. Canata, do something! Oh my god, this is like the Bronze League vlog. It's like Bronze League players don't do anything in the game. Canata, stop being a bronzy, man. Stop being a bronzy. So Mind has a nice arc. He's taking the top left main now. A bunch of SCVs going over there, I think, so it's probably done. So he's going to be up. Well, actually, no. Looks like Canata actually took the inside 530 base there, and we're going to have a big engagement here. Mind actually the one now pushing forward, obliterating that one siege tank. He just shot that thing with like 10 siege tank shots. Slight overkill there, just a little bit. Nice little depot farm there for Canata. Looks like +1 done for Mind, 1-1 finished for Canata, but of course neither of those upgrades really matters until +2 finishes, although +2 just finishing now for Canata. If that doesn't finish for Mind for a little bit, Canata will have a slight advantage. Of course, +2 attack does allow your siege tanks. Oh no, it looks like +2 done for both players. But basically, +2 allows your siege tanks to 2-shot other siege tanks, whereas with +1 or +0, they 3-shot them. That's quite a crucial upgrade. But that is many tanks, yes? That, oh my god, that is a lot of siege tanks. Although these Wraiths are doing a good job. And notice that he's picking off these tanks on the very right side, so it might be thinking of kind of sneaking along the edge of the map. Yeah, look at this, he's focusing his army on the right side. So he's going to try and push along the edge of the map, or not really the edge of the map, but kind of along this cliffs here, and get a better position. A big unsiege for Mind. He's going to try and prevent this. He's both players scanning. Mind now throwing down another command center at the top left natural, so he's going to be going up to 5 bases against the 4 of Canata. I think both players mine out their main and natural though. So it's going to be basically 3 base against 2. Apparently that spider mine was not in good position. And this game, it's so funny because the supplies are staying even, and yet Mind seems to have such a dominant grip on the game. A nice amount of turrets being made here, of course, preventing any kind of big doom drop. Although it looks like Mind focusing his efforts along the south side here, pushing towards, Canata focusing his efforts here, pushing towards Mind's natural. He's actually going to clean up all the tanks here on the bottom. Mind trying to bring his forces back here. A bit of an early siege up, I think, for Canata. I think he could have gone forward a little bit more, but he is going to get position on the natural. Doesn't, oh man, if he was literally like 3 hexes to the left, it would have been so much better, I think. He would have been able to cut off the natural from the rest of the map. But as it stands, he can actually scan the high ground there and maybe open up a path for his dropships if that's what he's doing. Yes, he does actually have 2 dropships here. So it looks like this is actually what Canata's strategy is going to be. Push along the south side, clean up some of these turrets and drop here. Oh man, he needs to scan one more time, then he can finish off those turrets and allow his dropships free reign into the base. He does have to be careful though, there's a lot of Valkyries there. And are there going to be some mines laid here? I think it'd be a good idea if Mind laid some spider mines in anticipation of the drop. He should see this coming. Yep, there we go. Another scan going to clean up the last of those turrets, and the Valkyries might lead. He's got to be so careful. That's like 6 Valkyries for Mind, and looks like a random vulture there also going to see the drop attempt, so not going to allow that to happen. Oh no, looks like Canata going to lose these 3 Valkyries though. Oh yes, he is going to lose them. Oh wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, did Mind not have a superior number of Valkyries there? I don't understand. And why is this Valkyrie chasing them all the way into the turrets? This is so random. So it looks like that drop never materialized, and this, I mean, and the thing is, this position is not useful if Canata cannot drop. I mean, I guess he's kind of secured the 630th expansion, but the inside 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock 2 expos have fewer minerals and gas than the other expansions. I mean, they're essentially like half value expansions. They got like 1,000 minerals a patch or something, and like only 1,500 gas in the geyser. Actually, maybe it's not quite that low, but they're not full expansions, so they're not that useful. Well, they are useful, but obviously not as good as the outside expansions, which are what Mind is taking. Looks like a bit of an attack here at the top left. Gonna get cleaned up here. Canata has so many siege tanks here that are just so useless. He's got like 15 siege tanks that are just not doing anything useful. Oh, this is so silly, but it looks like a random couple Goliaths here at the top left could do some damage actually. I don't. How did these Goliaths even get here? I'm not really sure. But they might do some damage. Looks like Mind's gonna peel off a couple of siege tanks to go deal with that. And another big drop here, getting completely spotted, but it's actually gonna be a cliff drop on a natural that only has a couple of turrets underneath it. Like, there's no base here. But these Goliaths denying mining. The 2 Goliath harass, ladies and gentlemen. Super effective. This TVT, I mean, it's actually not bad, you know, given the players, Mind and Canata. It's not a terrible TVT. Not quite on the level of say, Fantasy versus Flash, but not bad, not bad. That Goliath might actually kill that tank. Shouldn't run away, should actually just kill it. Pretty sure he can. Anyway, oh, here we go. Finally going for the dropship. He's going in with 7 dropships. This is exactly what I was talking about. This, I think, is exactly what Canata needed, using the opening he created for himself with the siege tanks, doing a huge drop in the main base. I think he should unsiege some of those tanks and load up again and go in. Dude, Canata, just unsiege and go. Just go. Just drop. No. You're being cleaned up. All right, now he's going to unsiege. He's going to reload, and he's going to go again. He's got 2 tanks left. He's got a key position here. If he lets Mind kind of reclaim his main base, it's going to be terrible, but yes, he's going to siege up among the factories. Might even, if he can force a lift on these factories, that would be so great for him. Just cut off the production for a little while. Even if he cuts off the production for only, like, you know, 45 seconds to a minute, that is so huge in these intense situations. But it looks like he's not quite able to. He has, meanwhile, kind of taken this 630-ish position, kind of a funny expansion to take, given their positions. I think you can't siege that from the inside main though, so it's still safe to take, but... Well, yeah. So, Canata, I gotta say, is making some headway, and actually if you look at the middle of the map, that huge tank line that Mind had is essentially gone. Like, he's still got a few units at the north side, but a lot of it's looking very, very sparse. So actually, you know, rather than attacking those tank lines head on, Canata's just been attacking, just kind of jamming his way into the main base here and forcing Mind's units out of position here. He's going for a huge drop on the top left here, but those Valkyries are coming in here. He's got to make sure the drop goes off before the Valkyries get there. It's a race between the dropships here. This is like a car chase scene in an action movie, and looks like the drop will go down first for Canata. He's going to siege up a lot of siege tanks here. Is it enough? Though it looks like not all the dropships were full, and a ton of SCVs coming off the line to help out. That is so many SCVs. Those are going to help tremendously. Canata might want to try and focus fire these down. He's going to lose most of his dropships. No! Canata holds the position here, and Canata has actually jumped into a huge supply lead there. Don't forget that not only did Mind lose a lot of his units there, but he lost a ton of SCVs. Look at that. We're looking at the top left 2 expansions. Mind used almost every single SCV he had, and he's lost them all. Canata, who I thought was losing the game overall strategically, it looked like he had no units. It looked like he was making the wrong decisions, but actually has now taken a significant advantage over Mind, although he's not exactly macroing correctly. He's got 1,500 minerals in the bank. But this is some great play. Canata making his parents proud here. Mind is definitely in trouble, and KT, if Mind loses this, KT's going to lose to Air Force Ace here, guys. This is not the time you want to be losing to Air Force Ace. This is the last week before the playoffs. KT's got to get their act together, but, I mean, what are you going to do? Flash and Stats lost. I mean, you can't blame Mind. It's not his fault. He keeps going in TVTs and Game 5s. Actually, wait a minute. How many times has Mind actually played in a Game 5 TVT? Because he's lost to, like, Reality. He's lost to some other Terrans. Like, man, poor Mind. He keeps getting his, worst matchup. I don't know if this is his worst matchup, but he's not good at it. KT coach, man, is not very friendly to poor Mind. Anyway, it looks like Mind has kind of made some of those SCVs at the top left, but still, Canata just going to push up the right side here, claim those top right expansions that are rightfully his. And, even now that he's got the top right expansions, I mean, the map is kind of split as it should be, and an engineering page has died to turrets. That's interesting. It's like patricide right there. That was like Hamlet reenacted by turrets and an engineering bay. You know? Those turrets, man. Whoa! Hello. Anyway, yeah, the funny thing is, now, even, like, let's say the map gets split, Canata will have the additional threat of that position he has by Mine's base. Like, he can actually go over and drop Mine's main, like, whenever he wants, because he's got a bunch of siege tanks on the bottom of the cliff there, and Mine has no similar threat. Like, Kanata's main is fine. So this is actually very interesting. Looks like just mass pumping dropships off those 2 starports. Only 1 starport from Mine, so he obviously can't keep up on the dropship production. Those vultures, for some reason, not going to kill a 1 HP siege tank. That siege tank, so lucky. But, oh, I'm just going to go try and harass here at the top left main. Doesn't really matter. It means 182 supply against 138 of Mine. Oh my god, that was not a good place to siege that Mine! Oh! Why would you siege there? Mine, like, rolling his eyes a little bit. Rolling his eyes because he's bad? Like, dude, Mind. Anyway, Canata taking the top right 2 bases now. He is in spectacular shape. Looks like a little SCV harassment from Mine, being all cutesy. I mean, you know, obviously he's gonna... The game is long from over. It is a TBT. Mine still has some options here, but it's looking very difficult for him. He's actually gonna siege this. Can you siege the command center from the main base? It looks like you actually can. I think if those 2 siege tanks inch over a little bit more, they can actually get the command center there. But oh, look at this. Canata was thinking about dropping there, but Mind had his own dropships in position and kind of did a little bit of acted as a bit of a deterrent. So top left bases have now been resaturated, and those are actually going to be Mine's last mining bases in a second here, as 9 o'clock is almost dry. Meanwhile, I mean, Canata must be hugely ahead on the resource count, because now he's got, like, so Mine has all the, like, the left side edge expansions, and Kanata's now claimed his right side, but he also has, like, the 2 south side bases. So he's mined from 2 additional expansions compared to Mine. And if you actually look at his food or his money, Canata has like 2K in the bank right now and 800 gas as well. He should probably start massing production facilities, either factories or starports at the top right. We have seen a lot of players just add on a ton of starports at their other main. So I think that'll be quite good to see. Because I mean, obviously being maxed out, there's nothing else for Canata to spend his money on. Anyway, Mind has taken this 1230, 1136 expansion. Canata gonna drop it. Ooh, gonna lose 1 dropship, presumably full of units. Gotta be careful not to lose another one. Looks like he barely keeps that one alive. He's gonna go drop this main base here, and wow, that is a lot of units. Oh man, he's at least gonna force his command center to lift. Might kill a bunch of these SCVs. Ooh, barely staying out of tank range there, but nice move by Canata. Gonna lose a couple of dropships, but it doesn't matter. He's pumping off of 2 starports here. He's got plenty of money in the bank. And yeah, actually, there's no point even lifting that command center because the Goliaths would just finish it off anyway. But looks like a huge counterattack from Mind on Kanata's expansions. But he didn't actually drop on the high ground there for whatever reason. I don't understand. Like, why would he not drop on the high ground? Now he has to walk up into siege tanks. Like, that's not a good idea. So even, like, he might be able to deny this natural, but it's going to be difficult for him to get up into the main base there. That seems like a not so good idea. Meanwhile, Mine actually, I think, is only mining now from the 1230 expansion, or 1130. God, it's so confusing, those inside top and bottom bases. So yeah, Mine is in quite a bit of trouble now. He's got almost no money banked, almost no income, and a supply deficit. Like, it actually doesn't really get worse. It does not get worse than this. What's he gonna do? There's now a huge army that's gonna just go attack that base. Oh man, if he can get those siege tanks in position, that'll be so crucial. He needs them to siege up. It looks like he barely gets there in time, but so many Goliaths just gonna run up to the siege tanks here, and there's not actually enough tanks to stop this. Wait, no, more tanks coming in here. Wow, barely saving those other tanks. Canata a little bit miffed that he didn't grab those tanks for free as well. But I don't think he should, you know, complain too much. I mean, he's in a fantastic position right now. There are his parents looking on. Look at his mom hiding her face. Can her little baby take a game on TV? Looks like Canata is going to abuse this high ground a little bit, siege that base from the north, or from the high ground. And, well, a lot of SCVs out for mine. I think he's going to use them to help attack now. He's going to go and try to take out this expansion. I don't think Canata would really mind losing this too much, honestly. He's mined a lot of it, and whoa, most of those dropships actually not unloading. Were those actually full? I don't know if those were actually empty or something, but looks like, oh man, huge drops all over Mine Sea Shanks. Canata crushing Mine's army there. He's up at 167 supply against a 90 supply of Mines. Canata, look at that. I don't even know what to call that expression. Sniffling his nose a little bit in a very serious way. Either way, 159 supply against 93. Basically a 70 supply advantage now for Canata. Mind, he's like as unlucky as C, honestly. Actually, you know what? I think Mind is actually more unlucky than C, because not only does he get his worst matchup, but he gets it in game 5s, like, so often. Like, at least when C TVPs, it's in one of the first 4 sets. Could you imagine if C kept getting TVP in like deciding games? How sad he would be. That'd be that must be soul crushing. And whoop, hello. Oh no, Mine's last hopes here being crushed. The hopes and dreams of KT being taken down here by Canata, of all people. Looks like those tanks actually not in range. That's quite funny. Because siege tank range isn't quite infinite. It's almost infinite though. And we are actually just waiting for Mine to GG now. He's lifted his main command center. Presumably he thought he'd be able to kill that 630 base and go and claim it for himself. But that's not going to happen anymore. And looks like Canata has decided to shuffle a couple of tanks over here. Mine looks really depressed. I actually feel bad for him. Like, it seems really unfair to him to constantly be sent up in these TVTs. And GG from Mind. Canata takes game 5 here, closes out the series. Air Force Ace takes out KT Rolster 3-2. Look at how happy he is. Stats and Flash have been slain. Crazy Hydra and who else won? I can't even remember. Wookie and Crazy Hydra trying to pull it back, but it was not to be here. And KT fans can not be happy about that. Man, we are in the last week of the regular season and still the rankings are being shaken up like crazy.